Hey friends, welcome to today's video. We've got a guest that hasn't been here in a long time.
Hello everybody.
Steve.
How's it going?
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
How are you going?
I'm going good. How are you?
Where have you been?
I've been working, mate. No, yeah, I've been
on hiatus.
I have been on hiatus. I guess I've been on hiatus from here, but I've actually been very busy on my end. It's the holidays.
Holiday season is pretty busy.
It's the busy season
for the
for
entertainment industry.
Yeah, you know what we say is, or we have a saying that goes, "We work when everybody else plays," and so since this is a big playtime for most people, the end of the year is just kind of the busiest season.
That's when everyone needs to be entertained.
That's right. They want to de-stress from their life, and they're excited to be entertained.
Do you know what? That's the best thing that I loved about cruise ships, working on cruise ships.
What's that?
Everyone was there for a holiday. Everyone was in that mood to be entertained and to enjoy themselves.
Right.
It's kind of really easy to get them to have a good time. That, and they could walk into the theater with a plate of French fries from the promenade.
My goodness, they loved it.
Watch a free show.
Right? I mean, free food, free entertainment. What could be? What else could there be?
Yeah, I don't believe the stigma about cruise ships.
What do you mean?
You know how they say, you mean cruise ships are that type of holiday?
What do you mean that type of holiday?
Have you never heard of that?
No.
People always just assume that it was like a lower class thing to do.
No way. It's all inclusive and it's good. Maybe
Back in the day. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm speaking from like an entertainment standpoint too, because I was always told if you were dancing on a cruise ship that was kind of the end for you. But, you know, lo and behold, it was probably one of my favorite jobs.
I mean, the thing is, a job's a job, right? Work is work.
Well, I was lucky enough to actually love it.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone loved it. It's its own life.
Look, I mean, but as a guest, though, you go and you have a good time.
Right. My favorite are the guests that think they're going to eat their value, like the ticket price, in food. Because, I mean, should you actually do that, you'd be rolling off the gangway.
The whole, like, I paid a lot of money for this.
I paid a lot of money. I'm going to get my money's worth. And you're like, I mean, you're getting a great deal as it is. But some people really make that their mission, and all power to them.
Well, I mean,
that's a holiday.
Well, it's a holiday, and sometimes holidays are meant to be indulged. But I feel like there's worse things to do, you know? That's pretty...
Yeah, like doing that off a cruise and just watching your Christmas tree sparkle and just doing it on a random Tuesday night like me.
But sometimes that's not bad either, you know? Sometimes you need to do that.
Yeah. Christmas.
Love
here. Christmas. Should we talk about what we're doing? What I'm doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are we doing on this video? Look, the reason Steve is here, that he cleared up time in his busy schedule, is because would there ever be a Coco video on this channel without Steve talking?
Oh man, I love Coco.
This is, I'm painting an ornament that I got from Michael's.
Okay.
I was in there for no reason at all. And I picked up this $2 ornament. There were glass versions, but I thought, I'm clumsy, I'm going to have to get the plastic. Honestly, I had no intention of doing anything with it, but I thought, oh, this would be a cute... Like, honestly, just as soon as I felt like doing it, I kind of went with it and filmed this video, and unbeknownst to me... This has become a bit of a Christmas tradition, where I make you mid-century modern Christmas ornaments.
Well, see, I love mid-century modern.
Last year it was the bauble box.
Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite. Yeah, definitely my favorite decoration, anything that you've made.
I like that one. Oliver likes that one too.
Yeah, Oliver really likes that one.
Oliver likes to see that one in pieces. The other day...
I get a phone call from James. I'm at work.
I hadn't even touched it. It was just on the floor. Oliver had just pushed it off the TV media unit, because it's not hung on the wall this year. It's actually displayed on the TV media unit.
Right.
And, I mean, it's good that you're here, because I actually blame Steve for a lot of Oliver's bad behavior, because it has a lot to do with how you feed him every time he wants something.
Okay.
Let's just not go there, I guess. Your silence...
No, but this is the middle of the day.
Infers a lot of guilt.
No, not guilt at all. The reality is that this cat is a pest.
You feed him all the time.
He's hungry, so I
he
feed
is
him
not
twice.
that hungry.
Look, the thing is that he's also learned that... Okay.
He's learned that if he eats certain parts of the Christmas tree, if he takes certain things off the Christmas tree...
He's a little punk, is what he is. He's a punk. And
if
especially
he pushes things off
he knows... Look, the tree right now... Look at the tree. The tree right now is full on... I mean, he has attacked it. Your
little pom-pom balls are shredded.
I know, I'm so upset. But he knows that. He knows now, like, how to get a reaction out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not...
He pushed those heavy nutcrackers. They're like solid cement. I don't know what they're made out of, but they're that red lacquer thing. Yeah. They're heavy. He pushed them over, and I thought it almost chipped the media unit. But then, so anyway, he was on the credenza, and he pushed the he pushed the bauble box, shadow box ornament things off.
Well, why did he do that?
Cracked the side of it.
Were they playing him and Bianca?
No, that was just him. That was just him. I guess he wanted
Needing
something,
attention.
needing food or attention, which he gets way too much
in
of
the
both.
middle of the day. Yeah.
Anyway, I was petrified, but here's lucky me. I didn't skimp out on the glue when I put that together, which, I typically would. If something was going in a frame, I would kind of,
So kind of save the day.
cut a few corners.
Yeah.
But I did put a lot of effort into that, and it took me a long time to get those very simple looking illustrations. Those very simple looking ornaments actually took a lot of time to get right to me.
I mean, I suppose maybe if somebody's something like, oh, that's simple, there's no work that's been put into it, but that's not the case at all.
It's always harder to do something simple.
Because you want to make it look effortless. I love it. I think the detail in it is so good, and especially Bianca has eyelashes.
Well, either way, so it was on the floor, and before I even picked it up, I was so distraught, I messaged Steve and just said, this is what happened. I'm not touching it. I was in denial that it might be broken.
Well, what am I supposed to do at that point? I mean, it's nobody's fault.
Stop feeding him.
Yeah, you stop feeding that cat.
I never feed him. I don't feed any cat.
Maybe that's why he did that. Maybe he wanted food.
I just think he acts very differently for both of us, as does Bianca. And I think they're quite disciplined with me. I don't know what that was about.
Well, they obviously aren't disciplined with you because he needed your attention, and so he knocked over the bubble box.
And it was your favourite ornament.
He's probably just mad that I was at work.
But yeah, no, so it's been pretty good. Anyway, so I unintentionally made this tradition for myself where we get a new mid-century modern Christmas ornament handmade every year.
But why Coco?
Coco, because while we were in Disneyland, filming that Merry Mixed Media Disneyland urban sketching video, you told me to draw Walt and Mickey in that mid-century style, and I failed so miserably at it that as I looked at this ornament and felt the urge to paint it, I thought, I'll do a Coco ornament, like a little Miguel, a little Miguelito. And I thought it'd be pretty good to give that a go, since I just felt like my last attempt was so atrocious. I wanted to redeem myself a little bit. But, I mean, I actually really loved the sketch more than I loved the ornament.
Really?
Yeah. There's something so charming about a sketch. It's a very loose thought.
I guess, yeah, because it's just... A loose thought is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good way to say it.
And, when there are lines that kind of go askew or things aren't in the right place, you're actually a lot more forgiving when you look at it. See, this is what... Like, when I look at this, I like the ornament. I really like how the ornament turned out, actually.
I love it.
It looks super cute on the tree.
Yeah.
My favourite part is, ironically, the ribbon that I ended up putting on the end.
Oh, yeah?
When I painted a cheap yellow ribbon with gesso.
I thought you were going to put, like, feathers in this, or, like, hollyberry.
When I did my research, I typed in... This is how I research everything, just in case you're curious. A Google image search, exactly what I'm thinking of. And basically I see if it's already out there. Oh. And when I typed in Coco Christmas ornament, it was an ornament like this, one of those clear baubles.
Okay.
And they had put little yellow petals in there, like the marigold petals.
Yeah.
And they kind of had a little guitar design on the front,
cute.
maybe a sticker cut vinyl or something.
Right.
But... I thought that was cute. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to paint it.
You wanted to do your own thing?
I wanted to give it a bit of paint. Give it a bit of Target $2 paint. And
who would have thought, right?
I know. And I was kind of looking through, like I said, I wanted to redeem myself from that. I knew you liked mid-century modern and you love Coco, so...
Combine all my worlds.
All your worlds together. Coco is, I'm going to say it for you.
What?
Because Steve will only end up saying it. Coco is the gift that keeps on giving. Very appropriate for Christmas time, but seriously, It's been out for how long?
Well, it's been out for a year now. It came out last year, November 21st, 22nd, 2017.
You have memories that make me think Coco has been in your life since you were 2 years old.
I know, right?
Like, that's the way you feel about it.
Well, because I have such an affinity for it, and of course I attached so much of my life and my story. Energy. Truly. And it doesn't fade. It's one of those things that every time I see something Coco, I have to have it. Like, it needs to be a part of my life.
And things that don't exist.
Yes, they need to be made like
this.
Like,
Steve is constantly asking for random things that could be made into products. Random, like, have you thought about making this t-shirt for me?
Yeah.
Have you considered this pop socket for me?
Coco pop socket.
And the reality is, no, I haven't.
I don't know what
I'm of the mind that you should probably start doing some of that stuff.
I probably should.
Because I think you're talented enough to do it.
Oh, thank you. I don't know about that. But
you can make the royalties off it if you want.
Oh, okay.
You put your pop socket up there.
I'm about to.
You can make the royalties. No, it's fine.
No, I do. I mean, it is a story, of course, that we've talked about that I just feel like it parallels my life in a lot of ways. And, of course at work I've had just such a fantastic experience with it. And I just, again, it is
really
truly
connected you to your culture.
Yeah. And
even though you're not Mexican.
I'm not Mexican, but, I'm Latino, and so there is so much of that. Even like this year, we got so close as a cast, and we went to, we did a cast party, and my friends who are the mariachis in the show, they busted out their music, and we did this impromptu mariachi, just singing and music, and it was just so beautiful and brilliant. And I think that's kind of what the story's about. It's about family and friends who become family and kind of bring you closer together. Yeah. And I could go on and on and on.
You just feel like deep cultural roots.
Truly, and it is so special to me. But anyway, enough about that.
Probably as special as Christmas is to me.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. It's like, I did actually go. This is a little bit of a kind of a sidebar. I did go to see a local Day of the Dead celebration, Dia de los Muertos, Noche de that is Night of Altars, down here in Santa Ana, which was so cool. Anyway, but that's for another time. But Christmas.
Well, I mean, I feel like the affinity you have for this movie that's been out for 1 year.
I actually feel like it's been out for a lifetime.
Is the way that I feel about Christmas. Can't get enough. Gets worse every year.
Yeah.
I don't have a cultural tie to Christmas other than that I'm Christian and it's Jesus' birthday. But it brings me to my family, and Christmas brings me right back to my roots because obviously your family shapes the idea of Christmas for you, and then you take that into your adult life. And I spent a good amount of years away from my family now to know what Christmases are with and without.
Yeah,
and it's so interesting how you try to relook at that as you get older, and what you want to take with it, and what new things you want to bring to it, and how it just kind of evolves into something completely new. I haven't found this new Christmas yet, I don't think.
Well, we're still figuring it out.
Did you find it and not let me know?
No, but like, what did we do last year? That was really great.
We're doing traditions, and it's kind of occurred to me as I was doing this that this is becoming a tradition. These handmade ornaments, and last year it was a shadow box of baubles with made out of wood. That's on YouTube if you want to see it. This year it's
so good.
It's the little. I really like it. Thank you. I really like this ornament, this bauble, and next year you're getting a snow globe. So
did I tell you that when I was in first or second grade, we did that for our parents as a homemade Christmas gift.
Love a good homemade Christmas gift.
And it's so funny to see how you mentioned the mason jars, how it comes back to mason jars, but back then we used baby food jars, little baby food jars. And it was
baby custard and peas.
Yeah, right. It was just rinsed out. And my teacher used the blue sticky tack.
Blue tack.
And it was my parents still have it, and it's just this mountain of blue sticky tack.
You just put it in the lid.
And then we put what are those trees? What are they called? The bottle
brush?
Sure. Yeah.
Bottle brush trees.
Right. And it's stuck there in the middle, covered in glitter, with the lid scrapped, twisted on top of it, and it's a snow globe, but there's no water or liquid in it, so it just kind of makes it look like it snows. It's just static. But, it's still part of my parents' Christmas decor, which I guess is really sweet.
I love a good homemade anything, honestly.
Yeah, but you're the king of homemade.
No.
Because I can't do this.
You could if you spend enough time doing it. And that's what I'm interested in. That's what I want for Christmas. I'm sick of getting expensive gifts. I'm sick of being lavished with things. I want to see 40 hours worth of time go into that Christmas present.
You heard it here.
Is that too much to ask?
Oh, goodness. Although, he does have a point, because when time is very difficult to come by, I guess it does show love and sacrifice.
This was all, to be honest, all my handmade gifts that I've done over the years, and I'll out myself here, were just done out of necessity or just because I was being frugal. I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on something if I knew I could make something. And it was also a way for me to, use my creative expression. And you practice so hard at things, you want to believe that you've got a talent at the end of the day.
Of course.
But, not everything I would consider a nice enough gift to give away. But for yours, I remember when I drew you that map of Italy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I got an ink blot on it at the last...
Which is so funny.
It took me
you always bring that up, but I think it's so...
It took me a week. It is a huge, what is it? 19 inches by...
It's big.
That's exaggerating. It's a big...
It's a poster
it's 19 by 24.
Yeah, it's a poster size.
It's a big map of Italy, and I hand drew it. I stained it and dyed it and everything, and I got right to the end. It took a week, I'm not joking, because I had to do it while Steve was out of the house. But for the hours and hours he was gone at work, I would sit down and just draw. And it took so long, and right at the end, my fountain pen leaked, and there's a big old drop of ink in the middle of the ocean, which just I can't look at it and not see it.
It's our island.
I'm not taking one out there.
No,
I'll put mine closer to Japan.
I don't know, it's kind of close to Capri, so...
No, but didn't you say there was something in the wrong spot?
Did I say something in the wrong spot? No.
I thought, because let's be real, I didn't do it to scale, and I didn't include absolutely every city that's ever been, but there were some things I thought, I'll take artistic liberty here, but I do think I got one thing out of the wrong spot. Yeah, look, I don't think anyone would really notice.
No, it's the thought, and it's beautiful, and it's...
And you got the picture of Bianca that year, too.
I did, yep. I got them all.
These are all framed in the room on your...
No joke, though, like, most of our house, pretty much most of the artwork in our house is all handmade or designed somehow by either you or I. Yeah. Mostly by you.
You got a big old photography canvas on the wall.
Anyway, so Christmas, so Coco Christmas.
Oh, I was saying traditions. Sorry, so I feel that connection, and I think it's important to work in new traditions. And I think as far as we've gotten so far, I've doing my handmade ornaments, Christmas lights. We did that last year.
Yeah, last year we went to Belmont Shore, the canals at Long Beach, and we did the Christmas lights, which was so cool.
Yeah, we went with Stella.
Stella.
We lived a full fantasy out there on the canals.
But it's like these houses are so ornate.
They're so rich.
Yeah. And they're so pretty.
Rich. And they theme it and everything. Some of that, music playing.
And like lights and characters moving. It's pretty extensive.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I'd love to see I'd love to go to the Nutcracker because I've never seen the Nutcracker live.
Yep.
This coming from the dancer.
Yep. I never liked ballet. Look, I appreciate it. I think ballerinas are so talented and so incredibly dedicated and athletic. But ballet was never my thing. I don't know, it was just because I, have all the grace of an elephant and couldn't my legs, my footballer thighs just weren't suited to ballet.
But it doesn't mean you can't appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. I can also appreciate it on the telly.
But I would also like to go see Handel's Messiah.
Big orchestra,
big choir, singing the Hallelujah chorus. I loved it. I did that in college. I sang my university choir. We did the Handel's Messiah one year, and I got to be the tenor soloist for Comfort Ye.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but it was so much fun to sing it, especially during the holidays and the story of Christmas, and it's beautiful. I love it.
You know what I really got upset about when I was a kid?
What's that?
When everyone was doing their Christmas pageants and Christmas plays and Christmas everything.
Right.
I was fuming every time I didn't get to be an angel because I wanted a tinsel halo more than anything.
Oh man, you should come to my church. We had tons of those.
But only the girls got to, and they always shows 3 girls could be up there and wearing the sheets and with their beautiful tinsel halo, and I'm stuck off to the side wearing some stupid elf costume
elf or shepherd.
Either way. Well, I know I wasn't an angel, is what I know.
Why is that?
Traumatized.
I do remember that.
I should do one this year as my own angel.
Well, truly, yeah, you could. But truly, though, I remember as a kid, you're right. There were, anytime we would do a Christmas pageant at church, I don't remember there being angels or boy angels at all.
No, for us, I swear it was the pastor's daughter and her 3 friends. All the time. And I got beef with her.
You still have beef with her.
Centuries-old beef with her. No, I don't really. But you know what? I live for a tinsel tiara fantasy.
It was easy. We have some tinsel here leftover from the sign that I made you.
I'll just do a video about making a headpiece out of tinsel tiara.
Done.
Yeah, no, I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite, and I think my point is we need to find fun traditions, new traditions, or at least just try new stuff and see what catches on. Because I've been here for 2 Christmases before this.
Yeah, so this is our 3rd Christmas.
2016, 2017, this will be our 3rd here. And I think, I'm trying to look for what's going to stick and what's going to be fun and interesting.
Yeah, little by little, right? Here's also part of the situation is that celebrating Christmas is difficult in that we have to make a lot of time. We have to make specific time for it. Not a lot, but specific time. Because this is my busy season.
Yeah, that's true.
And when I'm not entertaining, I want to come home and just chill out. But what has become a Christmas tradition for us is Hallmark movies.
Yeah, they're so bad.
They're terrible.
So bad. Literally, we'd be playing this game where we would just go onto the Hallmark channel and then read the title and guess the synopsis. And they're so... I mean, it's just Shoes for Christmas. Shoe Addicts Christmas.
Shoe Addicts
like,
Christmas.
You know who she is. You know what that's about. Letters to Santa.
Uh-huh.
What's the one we just watched?
I don't remember, but I always fall asleep.
We've been watching so many of them. Yeah, I kind of get intrigued.
It is my favorite thing, though, to put them on, and, like, the house is nice and warm, and the tree is on, and 5 minutes in, I'm out.
You know what I love about them? I love that they kind of know that they're that formula. Like, Hallmark movies know they're Hallmark movies.
Right, it's, big city girl, has to go back home to the country, meets...
She's never with the right guy.
Right.
Never.
Meets, friend or frenemy from school, who ends up being a hunk.
Who ends up also being Santa.
Right. Yeah, literally, all ends up being Santa.
And a prince.
And they fall in love on Christmas, or the season going or up to, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then they find themselves under some mistletoe, and right at the exact moment they kiss, and then Christmas comes alive.
I just love them because I feel like there's no pressure to actually have, full-on plots, full-on, character backstories, no nothing. They dare you to say, call us out.
Yeah.
And it's that brazen... Yeah, it's that, brazen, I know I'm a Hallmark movie that makes me just think, I'm comfortable with that.
You know which one that I did watch? I watched the entirety of last week. It was the one with Catherine McPhee. It's called something...
Oh, she was the Italian restaurant.
Yeah, or something in the fountain. And she had an Italian restaurant, and the guy that she fell in love with just came out of a bad relationship, and they both made a wish at the same time, threw their penny into the fountain, and they met each other in my dream, in my dreams, or something that's called like that. I was connected. I loved
Catherine McPhee. I was waiting for a full-on moment.
Yeah, to bust out into song.
What about the one where she was the angel?
The angel?
The socialite that passed away, and she came back to help the PR rep throw her party. It's so weird. I didn't watch a lot of it.
No,
that's all I gleaned
that's
from
the
that.
one where it's kind of like the Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah,
and the ghost.
But it was like the ex of Christmas Past,
yes.
And she's going through boyfriends and stuff.
Oh, the one that we were watching yesterday was she was going to help a bed and breakfast that was going under because it was haunted by a ghost, and the ghost is this young hunk who comes out, and they fall in love, and only her and the guy who helps run the Airbnb, the bed and breakfast, can see him, and it's
totally relatable content.
But you know what?
I'm almost tempted to watch the next one, the one where she's got the Advent, and I think her grandmother said whatever, when she opens the day 5, there's a little
the photographer one.
Is she a photographer?
I don't know.
I don't know, but whatever things she finds in the Advent calendar end up happening in her life or something. And she's like, is this coincidence? And they're like, no, it's enchanted.
I kind of love that idea, though.
Enchanted Advent.
Okay, if you could make a Hallmark movie.
Oh, don't get me started. Everyone would be ice skating. It'd have to be some kind of ice castles meets Devil Wears Prada meets a lot of crossovers here.
Okay, so
she's a fashion executive.
Is she a fashion executive or is she a fashion intern who had a past as an ice skater?
And no. That's just that's not.
No,
her.
but then she has to bring in her life and has to convince.
She's from a small town. She had a high school boyfriend there. She moved to the big city, New York. She works in fast-paced fashion, but it's all really badly done, on green screens and stuff. And they do a fashion show there, but it's not really a fashion show. I'm imagining it. So she's working in the high-paced world of fashion. She's about to get a promotion, but they ask her to stay, very Miranda Priestley, call the National Guard. But she has to go home for Christmas.
Why does she have to go home for Christmas?
Sick family member.
Okay.
Sick dog. Sick family dog. Someone's sick.
Okay.
And it's very dramatic. And so she has to go home. And she's also dating this fashion guy, he's a photographer maybe, that's built her career, so she's really tied to him, really loyal.
Okay.
But then when she goes home, she remembers that she's from a small town girl. And so she really feels that small town energy. That's where she's ice skating. She meets her old ex-boyfriend at the ice rink. He works there. He's very humble.
Okay.
Very hunky. She gets a concussion. That's where ice castles come in. She does. She goes ice skating. She gets a concussion. She forgets all about her past life, and they start a new one together in this small town. Love it.
Oof. I mean, it's not bad.
You don't need to like it.
No. I was going
What about the one where she got kidnapped? The chick got kidnapped by the Santa.
No, listen.
That was a weird one.
This is the one where I was going. I like the fashion executive moment, but she's a fashion intern. She can't stand her boss. Mm. So on her free time, to let loose, she goes to Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
And ice skates in the middle of the night. And there's a guy who works there. He looks kind of homeless, but he's hunky and young. And then, she's kind of brash towards him, like, who are you? I don't really like you. Like, leave me alone. And
Is he Santa?
And no, he's not Santa. But, and so then they start to kind of build this relationship because every single night he lets her come to Rockefeller Center, even when it's closed, and she can ice skate away. And then she has a big deadline, do a big fashion show due for her boss. Mm-hmm. And it's a whole to-do, and she's so nervous and stressed out about it because they're doing it for a client or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when they come to do the show, she's super nervous, and it ends up being really successful, and she goes to see who the client is, and it's actually the guy who works at the Rockefeller Center.
Literally.
And then they fall in love.
Yours has a bigger plot hole than mine does.
It doesn't matter. Because
I thought you were going to say the homeless guy was Santa.
No, because...
Totally understandable.
No, because he's young and,
why is she daily going to ice skate at Rockefeller Center?
Nightly. Because her work is tough.
She's so stressed. She just needs to...
Right, she just needs
bust
to
out a triple axel every now and again.
And then sometimes he will skate with her because he loves ice skating too, and it also happens to be his de-stressor.
Do you know why there's a problem with that?
Well, there's a problem with all of these
No, but like a production issue. What? Rockefeller Center is way too expensive to be filming at.
That's what you would just green screen it like every Hallmark movie.
Oh, yeah, see, that would be better for me. Right. What about the one where she doesn't realize her dad is Santa, and she's running down a kid's running down a hall, and it's like they've tried to Photoshop it as Santa's workshop, and it is so bad. It just looks like a hospital hallway with some candy canes put at the background. It's bad.
But that's the charm of it, right?
Yeah.
They're perfect for a Sunday afternoon. It's like watching The Holiday.
Yeah, that's not my thing. The Family Stone.
I love The Family Stone.
Yes,
I will watch that
I'll
all
cry
the time.
Still.
Yep, I've seen it a million times. My favorite, of course, is the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas moment.
Yeah.
Because I love that song. It's my favorite Christmas song.
I have this like weird fantasy that one day I'll be gifted a photo of my mum pregnant with me. You know how Sarah Jessica Parker gives everyone the photo?
Yeah. Do you have one?
No.
Does your mum have
one? Good luck. I'm pretty sure my mum doesn't have one. That's probably why it's a fantasy. That'll be my Hallmark movie.
But it's also not just you in there.
If you were in a Hallmark movie, who would you play? Oh yeah, it wasn't just me.
Yeah, it's you and
I'm
Caleb.
A twin. So... Don't want it. Scratch that. No, I would still want it.
Who would I play?
I'd love to see a photo of my mom pregnant. I don't think there's any.
What about with her Siobhan?
Like really irritated.
But see, if there was
because it's not me in there.
But it doesn't matter because it wasn't.
Yeah, I know it wasn't.
It was Rachel McAdams.
Dermot Mulroney.
It was. That's you and me, kid.
Everett.
That's you and me, kid.
Oh, I love Rachel McAdams so much.
Meredith.
Who would you play in a Hallmark movie? What's your archetype? Is that a word? Character type?
Yeah, character archetype.
What would you typecast as?
Probably the sassy gay best friend.
That is a lie. Between you and I that is my role.
Okay, I don't know. Who would I be? Probably like...
Yeah, you could. I wouldn't see you
as
that. That,
or maybe, either the love interest, or...
Oh, you're really shooting high there.
Why not? Shoot for the moon, land amongst the stars.
Yeah, I reckon you would... That or family member. Like a...
The gay brother?
I don't think you read gay.
You hear that?
Then again, I haven't seen you in one of these movies.
Look, it's called acting, right? Because there's several of those actors who
yeah, they are
out.
Yeah, that's like a thing.
Well, it's acting.
It is acting.
I don't know. I would be open to anything.
I think I'd have a really small bit part because I can't get rid of my accent.
You'd be the comedic relief.
Yeah. But I couldn't have too much because I used to do screen acting in high school and my lip quivers when I'm being filmed.
Yeah, when we went to audition for commercials, his lips would always quiver.
Not every time. Sometimes I can get it really under control.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's fun.
That's it.
So
sorry, we got way sidetracked.
That's
there.
a fun.
That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but still, though, that's part of our new Christmas tradition.
Yeah.
Oh, that and we watched White Christmas as well.
Love that.
I love.
Oh, they're Christmas. So good. I should watch that tonight.
Yeah, that dance sequence. She is unbelievable.
I've got a question for you down in the comments. If you've made it this far and you care to join in, either take a Hallmark movie title that you've already seen and give us the synopsis, or you let us know what your Hallmark movie would be. And please, please, please make it as ridiculous as I would want to read it.
Oh, because that's what they have to be.
They have to be so bad.
But it's always a similar plot line.
Yeah.
Always.
It's the same arc.
Yep.
And it would never make sense outside of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
But that's the magic of Christmas.
Literally.
It doesn't have to. Anyway,
alrighty.
I love this ornament.
Thank you so much.
It's probably my favorite next to the O, to Oliver's O.
What's that?
The fuzzy O.
The felt thing.
The fuzzy O.
Oh, I hate that. That's disgusting, that one. That's so bizarre to me that you picked that up.
That was the only one that they... So, okay. We have monogrammed ornaments. We have J, an S, a B, and then last year we had to get an O for Oliver because it was his first Christmas. But the only one that they had was like a fuzzy O.
It looks like a... But it's not even weird. It's not fuzzy. It's like...
It's furry.
Fur. It's like a brown bear fur.
Yeah, in the shape of an O.
In the shape of an O.
And so that one's tucked very much to the side, almost behind.
It's just weird. Because Steve's a little pedantic about what the Christmas tree looks like. There's no specific theme, but, I mean, you could tell that he wants it to look a certain way.
It's a little classic, timeless.
If it was me, I would throw all of my junk up there.
All of the ornaments that we have are up there. They're just kind of strategically placed around.
Yeah.
But anyway.
His is disgusting.
His O is disgusting.
It's yuck.
But I love this ornament.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope you had a great time watching, everyone. We'll be back with more Christmas joy soon.
Yeah, I love it.
Bye.
Bye.